So there would have been a unique dialogue if I had chosen her second and then talked to him before finishing the quest with her. Hey, ooh. The Crystal Exarch welcomes you back to the Crystarium. Please be voiced, please be voiced, please be voiced. Oh, that's voiced.
And so you return. Have you gained a better understanding of the crisis now faced by the First?
No.
Better is not the word I would use. Some lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you. But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness. Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens. And from what we have been able to ascertain, only a handful of these entities exist. Just as an ant colony will perish in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to disperse.
Sort of like the vampire effect, too.
I have a feeling Yulmul might have something to say about any concerted action we take against these monsters. Vorthra's command over the Sin Eaters is integral to Yulmoran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience. He will not take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
Agreed. Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens. Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Are you sure that eliminating the Wardens will be enough? I'm not sure I follow. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the first one.
Your uncertainty is understandable, given the circumstances. Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then.
Oh! Fancy. Sorry for the mouse.
In the ancient past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds. This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first. Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially. Now, let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy. Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest, the excess energy will begin trickling into the source. And such an influx of ether will of course exert a palpable influence.
I'm kind of
If the element in question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold. As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme, until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds.
I'm only doing this so I can just get out this little thought. I'm a little in awe at the thought. Maybe they've explained it before, but I don't remember them saying that our world was the source. Like in any of the original expansions. Maybe I just didn't pay enough attention. Maybe I've just done too much side content that I forgot. But like the thought of ours being the original and all these other ones being shards of our world is kind of fucking wild, especially being Ardbert is like, oh yeah, dude, we're just like another world just equally of value of yours, so we're destroying yours so that we can survive. If our world was known as the source, wouldn't destroying our world destroy all the other shards because they're just an extension of us? Maybe I'm just overthinking. It's just me. Maybe it's Maybelline. Oh.
What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the source. At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full, its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions. An earthquake thus magnified might strike with enough force to shatter continents. A tidal wave might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations. These devastating events are what we refer to as umbral calamities. 7 times has a calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed.
So there's 13 shards and then us. Interesting. So ice, fire, wind. I didn't see what purple was, honestly. Water. I think I saw earth already. Is this just dark? This is darkness?
At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin Eaters who are to blame for the light's continued dominance. In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Norvrant, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky. Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
We've been doing our best to take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Yeah?
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told.
Of course.
Apart from being confoundingly elusive, the Light Wardens possess a troublesome quality which compelled us to delay our plans until such time as you arrived.
That sounds like the, Oh, hi.
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements. They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
Alert the
Sounds
guard.
like-
We should be prepared in case the fighting reaches the Crystarium. You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alphino and Alize as well.
My lord.
Sounds like they need the echo for some primal influence stuff.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
Sounds good to me. Nope. Got more to say. Hallminster Switch is in the north of Lakeland, so we had best make haste with our preparations. In fact, meet me outside the Crystarium, the crossroads northwest of the Ascensa Gate, and I shall lead you there myself. Alright. Then I shall see you there. Wow. Haven't been out here proper since the start. Cool. This is an area over there. We need to go here. Maybe I should have. Oh my god.
And so, our adventurer took off on another bout of frivolous exploration, journeying far and wide and visiting many a unique locale on their personal quest towards nothing. But while beauty waited to be found, so too did danger lurk, awaiting any prey it could snatch up.
Violent Trifid, more like violent Trifid, am I right? Ow!
Including threatening predators who hid their power behind a facade.
Ooh!
But of course, after collecting 2 aetherites in every single aether current in the area, we take one last moment to sightsee and head back to our main story.
Fun fact, I forgot to get the porter for this one, so I just had to teleport from here all the way back over here and then climb up a staircase just to get up to here, but I fucking got to the wrong spot, jumped off, and then had to climb all the way back up. Anyway. All set. If we follow this road north, we will arrive at the northern staging point. The village itself lies not far beyond. Quickly now. Fucking kidding me. I'm just going to a new area. Can I do all this just to go to another area? Oh god, I'm gonna have to do it again. Bonbon Nut? Nice. Oh yeah, there's also something about, like there's a gemstone thing in this one now. So, fates have a purpose, I guess. Now you can get colored gemstones to trade in for things like writing maps and furniture and triple triad cards. That's a lot of people. Your assistance is appreciated. You're here. We are heading in together, yes? The Exarch asked that we wait, and so we waited. Minister's Switch is past these gates and through the woods. 'Tis not exactly a near neighborhood to the Crucerium, but as we occupy the same region, we have built up something of a cooperative relationship. What can we expect inside, Captain? This town is beset by a swarm unlike any we have seen in recent years. We did our best to evacuate the villagers, but as many as half remain. I just can't read. Had nothing to do with speaking that time. Judging by the number of eaters present, we have good reason to believe that a Light Warden leads the attack. How convenient. It seems we'll have our chance to slay a Warden sooner than expected. One does not simply slay a Warden. Has no one told you what happens if you defeat one of those fiends? They hold more light inside them than all their underlings put together. It can be struck down, aye, but its essence won't dissipate like the weaker kind. Vile aether will billow outwards and envelop the nearest living being, a reckless young swordswoman, perhaps, and turn her into a brand new warden. Ah, so mayhap we get one of those crystal-like things that Moonbrita fucking created ever so long ago to absorb said aether so that we don't have to worry about that. Ah, well, you can leave that particular quandary to us. I must ask that you... but the gods stand down and allow us to engage this leader of eaters alone. Concentrate on the survivors. We must have every life we can. But what if... Understood, my lord. As captain of the guard, however, I will not watch you brave such danger without an escort from our ranks. I insist that I go with you. Very well. Then our warden-slaying party shall conclude myself, the Leviers, Captain Lena, and last but not least... Yup. A formidable group indeed. Into Holminster we go. Once we reach the Light Warden, do not hold back. We strike to kill. Holminster switch now accessible.